Okay, so now we have our quadratic formula. When we are solving certain equations that are not as straightforward with the factorization, we use the quadratic formula, where we get out the coefficients A, B, and C and fit them into the formula, and then there we have it, our values of x, our two solutions. So now we just want to prove, how do we move, how is the quadratic formula got. So let us use this standard form of the quadratic equation to get our quadratic formula. Okay, let's divide through by a. When we divide through by a, we have x squared plus b over ax plus c over a equals 0. That's step 1. Now we want to complete the square. Let's take our c coefficient to the right first. X squared plus b over ax is equal to minus c over a. So when we're completing the square, what we add this side, we must also add that side. In that way, we are not changing the value of the equation. Okay, so completing the square, remember we use the b over a over 2a, sorry, because we divide this coefficient by 2 and square. So b over a divided by 2 is b over 2a squared. Okay, so let's complete the square. X squared plus b over ax. Okay, and then complete the square plus b over 2a squared equals minus c over a, and then we do the same this side, plus b over 2a squared. So simplify further. We have, when we look at this part, when we look at this is familiar, right? We have a sum of b over a and a product of b over 2a squared. What two values, when we add them, we have a sum of b over a and a product of b over 2a squared. What two values? Okay, I think we have b over a, b over 2a, that's a half of b over a, and a half of b over a, which is also b over 2a. When we add them, we get b over 2a plus b over 2a gives us b over a. And when we multiply them, we have b squared over 2a squared, which is our b over 2a squared. So this quadratic alone can be written as x plus b over 2a squared. Then we bring this side down also, equals minus c over a plus b over 2a squared. Okay, so we are still simplifying. Now we root. We want to simplify, so let's do something about this. Switch sides, bring the b this side and the c this side. Okay, so we have x plus b over 2a squared equals b over 2a all squared minus c over a. Simplifying further, x plus b over 2a squared is equal to b squared. 2a squared is over 4a squared. Okay? Minus c over a. So this is subtracting fractions. The lowest common multiple, LCM, of the two is 4a squared. We divide to be b squared minus. Here to be 4a times c, 4ac. That's just fractions, subtracting fractions, okay? Equals x plus b over 2a squared, okay? Now we find the square root on both sides, root, square root. The square root of squared is x plus b over 2a. It stays that way. And this. But remember that when we find the root here, we'll end up having a plus and minus. It will be plus minus because the root of a number is not only one solution. It's the positive and the negative. The root of 4, the square root of 4 is 2. But it's not just 2, it's minus 2 and plus 2. Okay? So here it's plus minus root of b squared minus 4ac over, what's the square root of 4a squared? It's 2a. Yes. Okay. So now we want x, right? X is equal to minus b over 2a plus minus root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. Now the LCM here is 2a. So we have minus b plus minus root of b squared minus 4ac. X is equal to this. So this is our quadratic formula. Okay? Can you see clearly? Yes. Okay, so given this equation, quadratic equation, if we were to be asked to find the roots using the quadratic formula, what would we do? We write out the formula. It's x equals minus b plus minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. All right. So what is our a? This is our a is 1. Our a is 1. Our b is minus 5. And our c is 3. So we just feed those values in. We feed them into the equation and get our solution. So x equals minus 5 plus minus root of minus 5 squared minus 4 times 1 times 3 all over 2 times 1. Okay, so this would give us 5 plus minus the square root of 25 minus 12 all over 2. So x will give us 5 plus minus 25 minus 12 is 13, the root of 13. Okay? All over 2. Right? So x equals 5 plus root of 13 all over 2, or 5 minus root of 13 over 2. Those are two solutions to the equation. Thank you. So we can simplify further. If you want the values, you use your calculator, get the root of 13, add 5 and divide by 2, you'll get your answer. Two different answers, but I just stopped there because we are mostly looking at the method. Thank you.